DCEU News, let's talk Batman the Capes Crusader. It's been a minute. And the name of this episode was
Kiss of the Catwoman, episode Trace.
I like this episode a lot because it was the intro. This is the beginnings of that relationship between Bruce and
Selina
Kyle.
It's been a while. We haven't watched it in a while, but the last two episodes we got introduced to some characters as well. And I just love how it's the introduction, because if you see the next one too, I'm not going to spoil it, but you know, you get to basically get reintroduced in this new world to not new characters. You know, like they're not new, but reimagination in a different universe. And I like it.
This episode starts off with Gotham Museum having a show. And apparently this show goes about, they're showing off jewelry, so I guess the wealthy and people who are rich give their jewelry to put on display, and it opens up with Bruce in the museum and he's looking at his parents' jewelry.
Yep. The pearl necklaces that the famous pearl necklaces that get taken. Not taken, or like clenched off
during his robbery, the infamous robbery. And that's the interesting part of this episode. We're dealing with Batman's trauma. So we're slowly going through the episode, flashbacks, all of that, while he's admiring the jewelry. Guess who comes walking along?
Good old Miss Selina Kyle.
Catwoman herself. And I like when she comes up, Batman mentions, it's funny that things go missing when you come around. She does mention that, Bruce, we have something in common. You know, we're orphans
and blah blah blah, trying to get all cute and cutesy. And listen here, Kyle, I know what you up to.
And Bruce is like, your father's in jail for tax fraud. It's like, I like how he just separates that. Like, we might be orphans, but
my pappy ain't never done nothing like that.
This kind of went over my head. A reporter was taking pictures of the jewelry, a case of Batman's parents' jewelry. And the reporter is like next to another reporter. They're going back and forth talking. And the reporter goes like, yeah, what was she thinking wearing that type of jewelry in that part of the town? But the way he was saying was very off-putting
and downplaying, like how it can be so clumsy.
Yeah,
and
thank
dumb.
You. And it was enough to make Bruce
triggered.
Go over there, and swing on the reporter.
Ding dong. Get him out of here. I'm swinging. You not swinging?
Whack up! I'm swinging. Whack up! And that he gets in trouble with the police, but you know Bruce got money. He ducks jail time by agreeing to therapy.
This is where things get interesting.
And it gets very interesting because the therapist is trying to help Bruce with his trauma, but you visibly see Bruce just
he's playing chess. He's playing mental chess.
No. That's not happening.
Then what's the name of the therapist?
She did give her name. I didn't catch her name.
Quinzel.
Really?
Yes.
Is that important? Is that gonna matter?
Yes.
All right.
AKA Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn is a therapist, and her name is Quinzel.
You sure?
100%.
No, I'm not sure. You sure they're gonna make that lady who I saw?
Yes. 100%.
We digress. Alfred picks up Bruce from therapy. They have their little chat. Bruce says, "This is a waste of time. He ain't with it."
Sure it is. Enters Catwoman.
They enter the Catwoman. So now we're getting the show's rolling. What we see is
her father's in prison.
Yeah, she's at her what we don't know, house, a loft, apartment, whatever it is, a suite. She's staying there. She looks very well off, but she has money problems, bill problems that her maid is constantly reminding her of, because, like I said, Batman said, her dad is in the prison for
tax fraud.
Tax fraud. Which is very interesting. Wow, which leads to go on multiple.
Yeah, you gotta get it how you can.
Multiple.
Talking about you got bills problems. The maid is telling you haven't paid me in how many years.
Multiple heists. Multiple heists. A few of them are successful, but on one of them she runs into Batman, and you know how Batman did. What I liked about this is, I don't think this will be her. This is her final suit. You saw the suit she was wearing. That's very.
It looks very beginner suit.
Very
the hair out.
Very,
not even in.
Very humble beginnings, and I like that you get that essence when they meet up. Like, this is the first time they've ever ran into each other. Batman ties her up, leaves her for the police.
Yep. Things get interesting.
And as we said, trauma. Through this episode, we're dealing with Batman's trauma. So as you're watching this episode, you're always catching flashbacks to him when he was a kid.
Mind you, this isn't early days Batman. He's been in the game for a little bit.
Yeah, he's been for taste.
But you can still tell that he hasn't grown out of that trauma yet.
Yes.
Like he's still no, my parents, bam bam, bats, you know what I'm saying? Like the whole, you know, the whole shebang.
And the therapist reminds him of that. The therapist that flat out says, you're suppressing your trauma. Because it's funny. It was years ago that I finally realized that Batman is the real him and Bruce is the suit. And the therapist is damn near saying that without exactly saying that. She's like, this, what you're doing is all of this rich. Oh, everything's okay. This isn't. I see through
She
that.
could see through it, but she can't really put a finger on what it is. Who Bruce really is.
Interesting. I love that dynamic. And mind you, we get back to
headquarters.
Catwoman's locked up.
Oh, she locked up.
But she goes to trial, but the case gets dismissed because there's a lack of evidence.
There's not enough. Not enough to pin her.
And I love that too, because you know who's in court prosecuting?
Oh, Mr.
Harvey Dent himself.
I was gonna say something else, but
wow.
Harvey Dent is in court with them, and he's actually the one that gets her free.
Yeah.
He's like, sorry, lack of evidence.
And
Barbara is like, yo, what are you doing? Putting innocent people away and then you letting guilty people go?
I hear where he's coming from, because there's all the humble beginnings. The fact Batman was there, they're like, we can't tell if it was her. It was actually Batman. They're still not trusting of Batman in this time.
He's a vigilante. He's against the law, basically.
Selena, of course, doesn't learn her lesson. She goes right back to Robin.
Hey, no, bro, not for nothing. Just need to pay these bills.
Police go to look for her, but it's already too late. The sweet loft / thing, whatever we're talking about, she's gone. She dipped and moved into like a more dilapidated. She's in the good.
She's crammed up with all these cats too.
With her maid and the cats. But it's not over yet. Batman. Remember, the show starts off with the Gotham Museum having a show. So Batman makes a plan and tells the museum to end the show early, even though there's 3 weeks left. So now that the show's ending early, there's only 2 days left.
Oh, to set the trap!
So with that said, that forces Catwoman to move quicker to come grab the jewels. Because remember, all the jewels there are from the wealthy that they donated to make the show popping.
End the show early, okay. Then after that,
wow, what's the name gets his last day of therapy.
Last day of court adjourned therapy due to Bruce punching the reporter.
She still wants to continue the therapy because
she doesn't feel like she's not convinced.
She's not at all. I wouldn't be either. She's like barely even cracked the surface, but Bruce is good at just nope.
Shoot, even Alfred agreed. He's like, yeah, I don't know, Master Wayne. I think you need to I think you need more than a couple of those therapy sessions. It's looking crazy out
But
here.
Bruce is stern. He said, "Nah, I'm over it." And then we get another flashback scene. And out of all of the flashbacks we saw this episode, this one was pretty tough.
This one with Alfred going back?
Nah, this one was Alfred is laying in bed. Little Bruce cracks open the door, and it says, "Yeah,
I'm good, yo, and you're gonna help me."
yeah, they will pay." And a little child Bruce. I'm like, it was crazy. Alfred is in the bed, and the sheets is looking like,
all right,
all right,
whatever you say, Master Wayne.
Whatever you say, Master Bruce. The plan Batman had set for Catwoman works. He catches her in the act at the museum. This time, I don't know what that was, but she had like a Panther Jaguar.
Yo, Bruce was ready though.
Yeah,
she had sleeping gas.
She sicks the animal on him. While she does that, she gets to running. Boom, she's out of there. Boom. While she's running, she runs into
2 crooked cops.
I guess you could say that.
They was about to do some dirty stuff.
They
was about to do some dirty stuff.
They were about to get out of here. And they actually shoot at her. They shoot at her, boom, grazes her. You know how Batman do. Batman come through, bop, bop, boop, bop.
First of all, y'all doing this wrong. Ding, ding, ding. Get him out of here. Saves Catwoman, but at the end of the day...
Locks her up.
Put away the key.
Leaves her again for the police. While she's locked up.
This is the funny part.
While she's locked up. Damn, they do it dirty. While she's locked up, she calls her maid.
Is that dirty?
No, you're not wrong. While she's locked up, she calls her maid to bail her out. And her maid's like, "Hey, man,
I sold everything.
I sold everything.
I sold it all. I sold everything.
I will save it. And I feel where she's coming from. I'm 3 years behind.
3 years behind. I have to keep getting you out. You keep doing this crazy stuff. Get a real job.
There's no money left.
I'm out. Going back to my hometown. Wherever she's from. Ukraine, whatever.
Matter of fact, she wasn't going back to her hometown yet. She did in 2-3 days, she was leaving on a cruise. I'm out this bitch.
I'm over it.
Get out of here.
Oh my God.
I'm a fan of things not ending on a happy note. This episode ended wonderfully. It ends with Alfred waiting at a car. All he hears is gunshots, pop, 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 and he runs into the alley. And the episode stops. Mwah! Batman Cape Crusader. I don't know what you got going. They did say that they were gonna go. I wouldn't say the adult route, but they wanted to go. They're going.
They wanted to keep it dark, mysterious, and it's giving me that. And it's funny because we've been watching the animated series too, and
that Clayface episode.
Fire.
It's pretty.
They're all dark.
Substance.
Even for the animated series, it's still dark and mysterious. It wasn't a really kid show, but it was.
Funny enough,
yeah.
I think it was not Grammy. I think it was Emmy award winning
Grammy, Emmy, whatever it is.
Crazy. Yeah. But if you're not tuning in to Batman Cape Crusader, don't wait any longer. It's great stuff. It's not kiddie. It's right up your alley if you're an adult and a fan of Batman. Come on now.
Facts. That's all we got for Batman the Cape Crusader episode 3. Till next time, y'all.